What is up, YouTube? My name is Happiness, and welcome to my channel. So today is mission fail for President Donald Trump.
Obama only faced 12 nationwide injunctions during his 8 years in office. Biden had 14 injunctions in 4 years. But Donald Trump, in his first 60 days, actually in the first Trump term, saw 64 judicial injunctions against his agenda.
The stupidest president in American history backed down again. The only convicted felon to serve as president of the United States backed down again. The president who got caught publicly lying over 35,000 times in his first term backed down again. And in backing down again, Donald Trump once again became a loser. In this case, a loser in a contest that he started, a contest that didn't have to happen were it not for the rank ignorance of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has already lost his trade war, and he is relentlessly stupid enough to continue to draw lines in the sand of his trade war that get blown away by his own foul, intemperate breath.
European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. Ripping us off, and they understood it. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So
Because one of his, majority of all these tariffs have been rejected by the federal court. And at the moment, Trump must be angry because, if you think about it, when a president treats the whole economy as if he is playing GTA, what will happen? Whereby you are putting in tariffs on your allies like Mexico and Canada. Well, I understand when you say that you also put it on China, but remember, China is one of your biggest markets to which you trade with, and then you're putting more. So yeah, guys, there you go. It's another mission fail for President Donald Trump.
Some of the breaking news coming in. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, is issuing a new warning today, warning the company will have to raise prices due to President Trump's tariffs. The company's CEO, Doug McMillon, is expected to tell analysts this on an earnings call today. I'll read you a quote as they sent out excerpts ahead of time.
America's largest companies are down, all of them in the market since the Trump tariff war began. It's a swift toll that we've seen first on Wall Street, trillions wiped out in a day. But it is heading for Main Street, and I'm going to show you why tonight, because we're seeing new indications from big box stores to malls, and we know it's coming for Main Street for a few reasons.
And guys, remember that it was not only the international community that was mainly hurt by these tariffs, but the economy of America, say for instance, everything that you would buy in your shop, from your Walmart to your Best Buys, everything to which even the companies, the businesses were suffering in terms of these Trump tariffs. So it would make sense whereby, yes, they were right. They could see that whatever Trump's agenda is in terms of these tariffs, he was hurting the economy, he was hurting the whole country as a whole, causing people to lose money, businesses to lose money, but also causing some people to lose their jobs also. So yes, And also the markets also were also fluctuating and going. I mean, like, I don't know, like, that's why, guys, I always say, like, if you put an old man into office, let me make an example. Look at this is what I like to do. I like to make an example, like, look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden was old. Imagine an 81-year-old man running the White House, running the country.
To get away with, get rid of the ability of Medicare to, for the ability to, for the, make sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if
Make an example, Trump, 78-year-old man. And now he's on mission 2 and mission 2 of his second term. That's why I call it mission 2. Failed. That's what you get. That is really what you get, whereby you want to fix what you couldn't make in your first term, and now you want to fix it in your second term.
And they always trying to hate on Donald Trump's campaign. Now the United States Court of International Trade is saying that all Donald Trump's liberation tariffs are null and void because he violated the Constitution. Y'all know what y'all gonna say. Well, you said Trump never violated the Constitution. Well, Trump didn't violate the Constitution because it wasn't official documentation of a court case until today that Trump, quote unquote, violated the Constitution. Now, you know they already filed an appeal, but this is what the court said. The court said that the court holds for the foregoing reasons that the IEEPA does not authorize any of the worldwide retaliatory or trafficking tariff orders. The worldwide and retaliatory tariff orders exceed any authority granted to the president by IEEPA to regulate importation by means of tariffs. So now they're trying to say that Trump exceeded his authority. He was supposed to go through Congress because of what they say he went out of order, basically. He's violating the Constitution. He's not following the checks and balances. The Congress was supposed to set the tariffs. Hey, I hope Donald Trump and his team win this appeal because they trying to stop Donald Trump for putting America first and making America great again.
He really lost this one. It was a mission fail. I wouldn't say he's a loser, but he failed this one. And I don't hope that it doesn't affect him with his big, beautiful bill, since also Elon broke up with him.
So, I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
I actually thought that when this big, beautiful bill came along. I mean, like, everything he's done on Doge gets wiped out in the first year.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. My personal opinion.
Because, hence I would repeat it again. You put an old man into office, that's what you get. That's what you really get. You get what? You get Donald Trump.
On Russia. Mr. President. On Russia, Mr. President.
Please.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
This country was dying. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, "You got the hottest. We have the hottest country in the world right now." 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff, however, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, they were having great difficulty because We were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Trump always chickens out. Taco Trump. So remember the time when China tariffs on all Chinese goods. All of a sudden, like now we can't tariff China in terms of all their electronic goods, but we can tariff China on all the other stuff, but except his electronic goods. So you can see, in some other words, that what he is doing is that he doesn't know what he's doing. He really doesn't know what he's doing, but he is trying to do something. But what he's trying to do, he is getting nowhere in trying to do it.
There is a sense this could end up in the Supreme Court, and I am told that there's no rethinking of strategy, at least not yet from the president. I know there was some speculation last night, some wishful thinking perhaps from some other Republicans I heard from, that this may be an off-ramp for President Trump, that you could blame the courts, but then actually back away from some of the tariffs because of the impact on the markets, because of the impact potentially down the road.
And guys, understand that I do feel for Elon, because like all this hard work whereby you are cutting government spending and also like canceling all these aid going to abroad, assisting foreign countries. I mean, like, it seems like it really seemed like Elon was going somewhere with this, but all of a sudden, here the big beautiful bill comes across. Now we're gonna have to spend on defense, on like what's this new the golden missile, what, whereby it's orbits and missile defense. I mean, like, is it really necessary?
Against the first Trump administration, Trump 1.0, account for more than half of the injunctions issued in this country since 1963. And President Trump had more injunctions in one full month of office in February than Joe Biden had in 3 years. And let me roll through some of these radical injunctions to paint the picture for the American people at home. These are not just talking points. These are real judges in the court of law who are trying to block the president's power and the policies that he was elected to enact. For example, a court ordered the Trump administration to return already deported terrorist aliens back to the United States. A court has ruled the Trump administration can't even temporarily pause our refugee programs. Courts prohibited the Trump administration from eliminating federal funding for child transgender surgery and mutilation, a practice that the American people overwhelmingly reject. A court also held that the Trump administration could not ban people experiencing gender dysphoria or mental health issues from serving in the military. Ridiculous. Courts prohibited the removal of transgender women from women's prisons despite potential physical harm to real women in those prisons, biological women. A Northern District of California judge issued an absurd ruling that the president cannot fire people within the executive branch without Congress passing a bill, even though Congress has expressly authorized the president through the Office of Personnel Management to authorize reductions in force across agencies. A court also ordered the Trump administration to rehire thousands of already fired employees in several cases. A federal judge blocked the Trump administration from defunding the Department of Education, another signature campaign promise that this president has the power to implement. Courts ordered the Trump administration could not eliminate funding for illegal DEI programs, hence the word illegal. These are illegal programs to begin with, and now the courts are trying to say this president can't roll them back. And a district court judge prohibited the president from issuing any categorical funding freezes. And then another court ordered on top of that the administration makes $2 billion of payments in 36 hours. These are just a few of the ridiculous orders that we have seen from lower district court judges every day, and we hope that the Supreme Court will weigh in and rein them in.
Okay, I could I could agree with Carolyn Levitt over there because like we can't allow women to be in the same prison. I mean transgender we can't allow transgender women to be in the same prison as other women and also playing sports also. Let me not forget that. And also the deportation of illegal immigrants like illegal alien. I would agree because like at the end of the day we want the sole majority of the population of America, all Americans should be getting jobs. So yes, illegal immigrants have to go, but the South Africans can come in. I do agree with this in terms of all these jurisdictions on the courts, whereby yes, Trump has to be stopped because remember, Amy Comey, uh, Amy Comey Barrett, one of Trump's judges, she went against Trump, you see. Make no mistake, John Robert is the leader of the judicial court against President Trump, and Amy Comey Barrett simply hates President Trump. So yeah, even the people who make sense, who know the law, they know that, I mean, like, you can't take chances with reality. This is not a game of GTA. You see, this is not a game. You're playing with people's lives, people's livelihoods. You see, I mean, like, people have to eat, people have to make money, and then if you're playing with the markets, how are everybody gonna make money? And also, like, uh, your your allies, Mexico, Canada, starting a trade war, wanting to take over Canada. I mean, like, turn it into a 51st state. Hey, let me not say much. I'm just commenting. Okay, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next video. And peace out.